Hare Krishna, Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. We continue reading from Caitanya Caritamita Adi Leela, chapter 10, text 12. Acharya Ratna Namadhare Bara Eka Shaka Tanra Parikara Tanra Shaka Upashaka. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Another big branch was Acharya Ratna with his associates were sub-branches. So we have been speaking about the tree of Lord Chaitanya and about the various branches and how how Srila Prabhupada said ISKCON is one of the branches of this tree of Lord Chaitanya. And now we are hearing about Acharya Ratna, that he is also a big branch. Acharya Ratnera Nama Shri Chandrasekhara Yana Gare Devi Bhave Nachila Ishvara. Acharya Ratna was also named Shri Chandrasekhar Acharya. In a drama in his house, Lord Chaitanya played the goddess of fortune. So another name of Acharya Ratna is Chandrasekhar Acharya. And there were programs held in his house. One time there was a program of a drama, and Lord Chaitanya participated in that drama, and he took the part of Lakshmi Devi. Dramatic performances were enacted during the presence of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but the players who took part in such dramas were all pure devotees. No outsiders were allowed. So these dramas were not performed by professional actors, but by the pure devotees. The members of ISKCON should follow this example whenever they stage dramatic performances about the lives of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Lord Krishna. The players must be pure devotees. Why? That's what's the custom, that whatever dramas that are enacted in the temples, it's not that the professional entertainers are called to do it, but the devotees, they themselves play the part of the actors. They themselves take the part. So why is that? Because professional players and dramatic actors have no sense of devotional service. And therefore, although they can perform very artistically, there is no life in such performances. So what can happen is, for sure, the professional actor will act very good. It's of course because they are trained in acting. So for sure the acting will be very good, but it won't be from the heart. It will be just purely acting, will be only professional. Whereas the devotees, because they have devotion for Krishna, they are engaged in his service. So then that's what is needed. That is what is attractive. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to refer to such an actor as Yatra Dale Narad, which means farcical Narad. Sometimes an actor in a drama plays the part of Narad Muni, although in his private life he is not at all like Narad Muni, because he is not a devotee. Such actors are not needed in dramatic performances about the lives of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Krishna. So the point to be noted is, even in Lord Chaitanya's time, there were dramas enacted, but the actors were all pure devotees because they have devotion for Krishna. They are following the rules and regulations. That's how they can attract our hearts to the pastimes of the Lord. They can understand the mood. And that's how they can portray the mood so well. If it's a professional actor, he will just take it as a profession, not be able to actually express the devotion, the love that is there. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to perform dramas with Advaita Prabhu, Srivas Thakur, and other devotees in the house of Chandrasekhar. The place where Chandrasekhar's house was situated is now known as Rajapatana. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur established the Sri Chaitanya Math at this place. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu decided to accept the renounced order of life, Chandrasekhar Acharya was informed of this by Sri Nityananda Prabhu, and therefore he was present when Lord Chaitanya accepted sannyas from Keshav Bharati in Katwa. So what is mentioned is Srivas Thakur, Advaita Acharya, they are the members of the Panchatattva, and Lord Chaitanya had his Sankirtana pastimes with them in Navadvip, and he used to participate in a lot of dramas with them in their association. And Nityananda Prabhu, when he was young also, that's how they used to play with his friends. He used to enact the pastimes of the Lord. One time he was Lakshman and he could not be revived till the time the boy who was playing the Hanuman really got the Sanjeevni booty and made him smell. He was playing the part so perfectly. So Chandrasekhar Acharya's house now they are saying is at Rajapatna, and there is Caitanya Math, which has been established by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he took sannyas, and after he took sannyas, uh, this news that he's going to take sannyas was informed to Chandrasekhar Acharya by Nityananda Prabhu. And Chandrasekhar Acharya went to witness the sannyas ceremony of Lord Chaitanya, which was performed at Katwa. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas at Katwa, and his sannyas guru is Keshav Bharati. So Chandrasekhar Acharya was present there. It is he who first spread the word in Navadvip of Lord Chaitanya's accepting sannyas. Sri Chandrasekhar Acharya was present during many important incidents in the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He therefore forms the second branch of the tree of Lord Chaitanya. So he is a very confidential devotee of the Lord. He took part in a lot of pastimes of the Lord. And so he's considered the second branch of the tree of the Lord. Pundarika Vidyanidhi Barashaka Jani Yanra Namalana Prabhu Kandila Apani. Pundarika Vidyanidhi, the third big branch, was so dear to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that in his absence, Lord Chaitanya himself would sometimes cry. So we heard the first big branch was Srivas Thakur with his brothers. Then the second big branch is Chandrasekhar Acharya. The third big branch is Pundarika Vidyanidhi. In the Gaura Ganadesh Dipika 54, Srila Pundarik Vidyanidhi is described as the father of Srimati Radharani and Krishna Leela. So Rishabhanu, who is Srimati Radharani's father in Krishna Leela, the same Rishabhanu comes in Chaitanya Leela as Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore treated him as a father. Pundarik Vidyanidhi's father was known as Baneshwar, or according to another opinion, Shuklambar Brahmachari, and his mother's name was Ganga Devi. So some say that Pundarik Vidyanidhi's father was Shuklambar Brahmachari, and his mother's name is Ganga Devi. According to one opinion, Baneshwar was a descendant of Sri Shivaram Gangopadhyaya. So the history of Pundarik Vidyanidhi is being given, his parents, his ancestors. The original home of Pundarik Vidyanidhi was in East Bengal, now Bangladesh, in a village near Dhaka named Bhagia, which belonged to the Varendra group of Brahmana families. So Bangladesh was in India before. It was not Bangla. It was not a separate country. And many of the devotees were born in this area, in East Bengal. It was called East Bengal. Sometimes these Varendra Brahmanas were at odds with another group known as Radhiya Brahmanas, and therefore Pundarik Vidyanidhi's family was ostracized and at that time was not living as a respectable family. So it seems there was some difference of opinion between the Varendra Brahmanas and the Radhiya Brahmanas, and that's how Pundarik Vidyanidhi's family was in this situation. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes in his Anubhasya, one of the members of this family is living in Vrindavan and is named Sarojananda Goswami. One special characteristic of this family is that each of its members had only one son or no son at all, and therefore the family was not very expansive. So Prabhupada is going to so much detail to give us so much information about Pundarik Vidyanidhi's family. There is a place in the district of Chattogram in East Bengal that is known as Hatta Hajari. And a short distance from this place is a village known as Mekhala Gram, in which Pundarik Vidyanidhi's forefathers lived. So this is in current day Bangladesh. One can approach Mekhala Gram from Chattogram either on horseback, by bullock cart, or by steamer. The steamer station is known as Annapur Nara Ghat. Annapur Nara Ghat. The birthplace of Pundarik Vidyanidhi is about 2 miles southwest of Annapura Nara Ghat. The temple constructed there by Pundarik Vidyanidhi is now very old and much in need of repair. So Pundarik Vidyanidhi was around the time of Lord Caitanya, so about 500 years ago. Without repair, the temple may soon crumble. There are 2 inscriptions on the bricks of that temple, but they are so old that one cannot read them. There is another temple, however, about 200 yards south of this one, and some people say that this is the old temple constructed by Pundarik Vidyanidhi. So some background is given on to the birthplace of Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called Pundarik Vidyanidhi father, and he gave him the title Premanidhi. So Pundarik Vidyanidhi, Lord Chaitanya would call him father. He gave him the title Premanidhi. Pundarik Vidyanidhi later became the spiritual master of Gadadhar Pandit and an intimate friend of Swarup Damodar. So Pundarik Vidyanidhi is a great personality, very great personality. He is Vrishabhanu in Krishna Leela, Srimati Radharani's father. And in Caitanya Leela, he is Pundarik Vidyanidhi and he became the spiritual master of Gadadhar Pandit. Although Pundarik Vidyanidhi is a grihast and Gadadhar Pandit was a brahmachari, he took initiation from Pundarik Vidyanidhi. What happened was Gadadhar Pandit at first misunderstood Pundarik Vidyanidhi to be an ordinary pounds and shillings man. But later, upon being corrected by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he became disciple. So when Gadadhar Pandit saw Pundarik Vidyanidhi, he thought he's just a materialist. You know, he's dressed so nicely, all perfume scented, oiled hair, wearing so much ornaments. His clothes are so costly. He is drinking out of gold cups. His servants are fanning him. He's sitting in a golden swing all like that. And had so much variety of food in front of him. So Gadadhar Pandit thought this guy is just an ordinary materialistic man. But when Mukunda Datta could understand that this is what Gadadhar Pandit is thinking about Pundarik Vidyanidhi, Mukunda Datta sang one verse from Bhagavatam. As soon as he sang this and Pundarik Vidyanidhi heard the verse, there were so many ecstatic symptoms which appeared in his body, which showed his position as a pure devotee. And then Gadadhar Pandit, he was like, oh my God, what have I done? He told Lord Chaitanya about this. And he told Lord Chaitanya what happened. And he said, I will take initiation from him. And Lord Chaitanya said, yes, you should take initiation from him. That's what happened. Another incident in the life of Pundarik Vidyanidhi involves his criticizing the priest of the Jagannath temple, for which Jagannath Prabhu chastised him personally by slapping his cheeks. This is described in Sri Caitanya Bhagavat Antya Khanda chapter 10. So there is a festival, Odashva Shasti, which is held in which Jagannathji is offered new cloth. So the Brahmanas had offered new cloth, but they had not washed it. It was still starched. You know how new cloth has starch? So Pundarik Vidyanidhi was thinking in his mind, how the Brahmanas, they're not even serving properly. Lord Jagannath, this should be washed. How they are serving this starch cloth to Jagannath. In the night, Jagannath Baladev came to him. Subhadra Maharani was also there. And Jagannath and Baladev were boxing him, beating him up, slapping him. Say, how dare you criticize how our devotees are serving us? You stay out of it. So he was personally chastised by Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya personally came to beat him up. So that is such a great position, Pundarik Vidyanidhi's. Goes to show his such a high position, that the Lord is personally coming. Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur informs us that during his time, there were still two living descendants of the family of Pundarik Vidyanidhi who were named Sri Hara Kumar Smriti Tirtha and Sri Krishna Kinkara Vidyalankara. For further information, one should refer to the dictionary known as Vaishnav Manjusha. So Srila Prabhupada is saying if we want further information on Pundarik Vidyanidhi, we can refer to this dictionary which is called Vaishnav Manjusha. So we'll stop here. Are there any questions or comments? So then, Caitanya Caritamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Hare Krishna.